If you have any advice for someone that is considering coming to senior living in any sort, what would you advise them?
Well, I would tell them, don't wait too long. If you're in your 80s, check it out. I think it's very important not to wait till you're 90 to move in here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when my girl said, Mom, you're 80, it's time for you to move in and have a good time yet. Don't wait till you're crippled and can't do anything.
Right.
And I was very, very happy that they said that.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to move in that young.
Right.
Now I'm glad I did. You shouldn't wait till you're old and you can't do anything. Mm-hmm. Go while you can enjoy life. That's my attitude.
Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show.
And welcome everyone to Answers for Elders Radio Network, heard across the USA on your favorite podcast channel. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you're going to see this amazing backdrop that I have the honor and privilege to visit Chateau Retirement Communities and talk about just pulling back the curtain. Who are they and what do they do? What do they stand for? Their amazing values. And this week, I am so thrilled to speak with this amazing resident here at the community, Erica Wolfkill. And Erica, welcome to Answers for Elders.
Thank you.
Erica, you've lived at Chateau Retirement for how long in Chateau Bothell Landing? How long have you lived here?
In October, it'll be 4 years.
My goodness. You're amazing. You're amazing. And I want to get into your whole life's here. But I want to turn back the time clock a little bit in your life. You obviously came from Europe. You came and have lived what I would say, a very profound life. And I would love you to share with our listeners, people that are watching, tell us a little bit about your beginnings.
Well, I was born in 1940 in Bessarabia, Friedenthal, and from there they took us to Poland, where my dad farmed in Poland. Those people that came from Bessarabia took over Poland, and we farmed there for, I'd say, a couple of years. And from there, Hitler was going to take us back to Germany. That's where we came from. Ancestors came from Germany, and he was going to take us back to our hometowns. And then Stalin exploded the bridge to Germany from Poland. So we ended up in Siberia. He took the women and children to Siberia, and the men went to Stalingrad, to coal mines. Yeah, my mom and the women, they had to saw lumber. So many trees, and that's how much food you would get. If you did a lot of trees, you got more food. Wow. But all we got was thistle soup, and maybe with a little bread with it. And there was an elderly lady that took care of the children, and while the women, my mom was out working, and then in the evening, because we didn't get much food for the children, my mom would go and go through the officers' garbage and get fish heads, potato peelings, or whatever the garbage would. And then this lady would fry it for us. So we had nourishment. So we were in the concentration camp about 4 years, and my mom and the women just couldn't work anymore. So they released us. So through the Red Cross, we found my aunt in East Germany. And so in East Germany, we were there, I'd say about 3 years, lived with my aunt and uncle. And then my cousin and a neighbor and my mom were walking to the next town to a movie, and they saw this soldier coming towards them. And so my cousin said, "Oh, I sure wish Uncle Gotthilf would come, because that's my dad." And we didn't know he was alive, and he didn't know we were alive. So through the Red Cross, he found my aunt and uncle in East Germany. So there we were there. He was there 6 months. And then, of course, they wanted him back in the coal mines. Mm-hmm. So in this little town, Thüringen, where we lived, he found a gentleman that would take him to West Germany at night So we went to West Germany, and that gentleman knew when the guards were changing, where the opening was to the train station to Germany. So he went to West Germany, found a job, found a living space for us. Then Mom and I came in the middle of winter, and we had a different gentleman that would take us across. And it was a blizzard, so they were shooting at us, but we were fortunate that they, you know, the snow, it was snowing quite heavily.
Sure.
So they didn't see us. So anyway, we made it to Germany. We lived in Germany 2 years maybe. And then my aunt and uncle were already here in the United States. And they got sponsored by relatives. So they found somebody that would sponsor us to come to United States. So we came here, and it was the couple that owned Yakima garbage facilities. So they sponsored us. So we came to the United States in 1951, stayed with my aunt and uncle for about 6 months until my dad found a place to buy. You know, but we came on a Navy boat from Hamburg, Germany, to, I don't know if it was Boston or some New York.
Yeah.
And
Probably some Navy base somewhere. Yeah.
11 days we were on the ocean. Mom and I were sick. Oh, man, we were sick. And but we made it. And from New York, we took a train to Yakima. Didn't know the language. So we were on the train for 3 nights and 4 days. And then we came through North Dakota, and my mom says, this is the United States. All these buildings were falling, and they looked terrible, and she was so homesick.
Yeah.
So we stayed with my aunt and uncle in Toppenish, like I say, for 6 months. So. And then my dad bought a few acres in Wapato, Washington, Yakima Valley.
Yeah.
And so we were farmers, and eventually, and, you know, they became citizens because they had to go to school because they didn't know the language. And I became citizen when I was in high school. But taking back, when I was in Toppenish, we didn't know the language.
Right.
I was 11 when we came over here. So there was a lunch lady in Toppenish. Every day she would take an hour out of her time to teach me English. She was wonderful. And she happened to be our neighbor when we lived in Toppenish.
How lovely.
So that was, then of course, I got married in 1963, had 2 daughters, and we moved to Bellevue. And, we were, lived in Bellevue until 2019. A tree fell on my house. So I lived in an apartment, and my 2 girls, they said, Mom, now you're 80 years old. We got to look for something for you to be an assisted living. So we looked around, looked at several places.
Fabulous.
And we came to this place, and I just love it. The people are so friendly, so nice, and it's such a good area, close to town.
Yeah.
It was big, and a lot of activities. It's just a wonderful place.
Yeah.
To be here, to be with such nice people.
That is so amazing. So, Erica, when you came to this country, I can't imagine the surprise of, coming from where you came from. What was that like to come into a new culture like this?
It was scary. It was because we didn't know the language.
Right.
Fortunately, in Wapato, they had a church, German church. We felt comfortable there.
Okay.
But it was very scary because, like I say, we didn't know the language. We didn't know the neighbors. And so it was a different atmosphere.
Right.
And I don't have any brothers and sisters. So I'm an only child. And so they were very, very protective. I couldn't be involved in anything at school. Because we had a farm, so I would get on the bus and come home from school, get off the bus, change my clothes, and it was all German then. and work on the farm. And it was just a different lifestyle. But it was very productive.
Right. Right.
I've, you learn as you go along. And I learned a lot coming from a different country, going through what we went through. So we have a lot to be thankful for.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And this place is wonderful. It has a lot of activities. And this morning we're at church. So people can come to church and have church services here.
Yeah.
And Life Enrichment has been wonderful. And the marketing people, they're so good to show people around, to tell them what's going on, and just give them information. Sure, we don't have.
Sure.
When you're coming out to look for a place.
So when you came, I know that you used to work for Lake Washington School District, correct?
Food service.
So you were in food service. So you obviously had a lot of ties to this community, right?
Yes.
So when you came to Chateau, what was the first thing that caused you to, and what was your first impression when you walked in?
I think the friendliness. The people are just so kind. And I know many times I got lost, of course, with all the 4 buildings. And there was always somebody there to help you.
Yeah.
There was always, can I help you? Sure, I'm lost. Where do I go? And it was just the kindness, the atmosphere here. And the different things you can do here. Like we have, 2 swimming pools, 3 restaurants, and so there's a lot of opportunities for people to do things.
Right. So when your daughters spoke to you about finding a place to live, how did that conversation go?
Well, it went very, very well. I just told them I wanted to see this, different places. And, well, Mom, what do you think of this one? Well, what do you think of this one? And I says, well, one thing I didn't care for is they were all one building, 6 stories high, and I didn't care for that. Where here you have 4 different buildings.
So you don't feel like you're in this box.
Yeah. Well,
with hotel.
Yeah. It's atmosphere. This is very comfortable that you have the different choices, so.
Did you
love it here?
Yeah, and you mentioned that the staff were absolutely, totally willing to answer any and all questions that you had, because obviously there's no cookie cutter, solutions. Everyone has different needs. They have different requests, different things like that. How did that go?
Well, that went very well, because they listened to your problems. They listened to what you're trying to aim for, and I think that's what's so neat about this place, because there's people here that listen to your problems, that listen to questions, and they answer the best they can. If they can't answer it, they'll go to somebody else.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So it's kind of a chain command. Yeah. So I think that's what's so wonderful here.
So tell me about a typical day for you. What is it like when you wake up in the morning?
Well, like I wake up in the morning and there's a lot of trails here. We walk. There's about 5 of us that walk every morning. 7:30.
Amazing.
And we see all these different animals, deers, ducks, blue herring. What is there? Seagulls, yeah. Owls.
Yeah.
And
bunny rabbits, probably.
Lots of bunny rabbits. And yesterday, I didn't go for a walk, but they saw a gentleman with a stroller with little kittens in it. Oh, I thought that was cute.
Yes.
But no, it's very, very comfortable around here, And so I get up and I go to my quilting. I belong to a quilting group. And then you come home and there is a lot of card games, activities every day. There's a card game going on or activity, and they have quilting group down here, down in the A building, and knitting group and all that. So there's a lot of activities, and it depends on what you want to do that day. And then there's exercise, like on Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. There's exercise with John, And then, of course, you have lunch and dinner here, and they have movies every night. And we have concerts during the week.
Nice.
So there is just a lot of activities.
Tell me about the food.
The food is delicious. And if you don't like a special of the day, they have a menu that you can select. I mean, salads or fish and chips, salmon, steak, lots of good variety.
Yeah.
Very delicious. And we have some real good cooks. And there's three restaurants. So there's one in the A building, and I can never pronounce that name, Evian, and then the Bistro and the Brick. And the Brick is usually open just on Mondays through Friday. They're not open on the weekends.
Okay.
And they don't have lunch, but the Bistro serves lunch and dinner. The Evian serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we have a lot of choices here.
Yeah. And, you moved in because you're very, very active, and you have, you probably don't need a lot of assistance with your activities of daily living yet. But what I love about your story about coming to Chateau is that you did not wait too late where you couldn't be involved in the decision of where you came. That, to me, is powerful. Tell me about that piece, about you being involved in that process.
Well, I think it's very important not to wait till you're 90 to move in here. I feel like when my girl said, Mom, you're 80, it's time for you to move in and have a good time yet. Don't wait till you're crippled and can't do anything.
Right.
And I was very, very happy that they said that.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to move in that young. Right now, I'm glad I did, because I took care of, involved in all the activities, and I enjoy the activities. I'm on the Life Enrichment Committee.
That's so amazing.
And I just love it because they're such neat people to work with, And I think you shouldn't wait till you're old and you can't do anything. Go while you can enjoy life. That's my attitude.
So if you have any advice for someone that is considering coming to senior living in any sort, what would you advise them?
Well, I would tell them, don't wait too long. If you're in your 80s, check it out. Check out these facilities. And the Chateau is wonderful. It's a good area, and it has lovely, lovely people, friendly people, and they help you in any matter. So like I say, don't wait till you're crippled.
Yeah.
And they have, we have the private pay, and then you have assisted living and memory care. And they're all very, very good.
And, that's such a peace of mind for anyone that may not know where their needs are going to be in the future. It's like you don't know what that next crossroads is going to be. But there's a way to make sure that you're taken care of. And I think that's the most important part, that peace of mind, isn't it?
Yes, and that was the peace of mind to my daughters.
Yeah.
As you get older, you might need this, you might need this. And so they were looking at that kind of facility to have the assisted living and the memory care.
Yeah.
So, no, I think it's a wonderful place, but don't wait too long.
Well, Erica, it's been such a joy to have you. And thank you just sincerely for sharing your story. It was very powerful. And
thank you.
Thank you for being on our program.
Thank you.
Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.